Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today for Midweek Magic, we have Artisan Brawl. This is a regular Brawl event, except that we can only build our decks with commons, uncommons, and basic lands. So I cooked something up with an uncommon commander from Strixhaven, also reprinted in the Multiverse Legends bonus sheet of March of the Machine. It is Dina Soul Steeper. Dina, this is our deck a steep price, enjoy that pun. Dina is a 2-mana 1/3 in Golgari colors, who is a legendary Dryad Druid that says whenever we gain life, each opponent loses a life, and if we pay 1 and sacrifice another creature, she gets a power boost until end of turn equal to the sacrificed creature's power. So Dina is a lot of fun. Mostly we're built around this gain and drain ability, but if we need to push a little damage, if we want to take advantage of our Blood Artist effects that we have in play and trigger those, we can get that as well. We're running fully 33 cards that can, in some way or another, gain us life, and 24 cards that will give us damage or life loss for our opponent, usually in the process. We're running a few other categories like Protection, because Revenge of Ravens disincentivizes our opponents from attacking us en masse. We've got our usual ramp and draw and removal sections, a little bit of recursion for Dina that also gains us life, a few sacrifice outlets and payoffs for life gain, and as many of the fixing lands as I could run in an Artisan deck. So if you want to check out this deck list, of course, it is linked in the video's description. Maybe you will find something there to start your own Dina Soul Steeper deck, even if you are not building an Artisan Brawl deck yourself. But if you can, I recommend you do, because Midweek Magic is always a good time. So let's get into the games. All right, going into game 1, we are up against Ulaway. We can keep this. They're playing Finn the Fangbearer. Okay, that seems all right. I think we will maybe not survive this match, but Finn is a fun card from Kaldheim originally. This, of course, is the Final Fantasy reskin of it. It's a 1/3 with Death Touch, and it gives all of their other Death Touchers essentially Toxic 2. So that seems pretty scary. Them being on the play, they get, just a equipment that gives Toxic 1. All right, we'll go ahead and let them go, because we have Fatal Push in hand, so we can push Finn first of all. Oh, they're just running regular Toxic cards. That seems good. Well, we'll play ourselves a Forest and Dina, because Dina can profitably block the Mirror Convert. Unless, of course, they put the Injector on it, in which case, just block. Diamond Mare will be nice for us soon. Right. Equipped the Prosthetic Injector to the Convert. It's got Toxic 2. They're deciding what they want to do. They have some kind of fight spell. Nope, there's Finn. And an Insidious Fungus. So insidious. Alright. Well, we're going to play this Rogue's Passage, tap for mana, and get a Diamond Mare. And we'll go ahead and put this on green. And we'll pass. Doesn't trigger on their turn, or on them casting spells rather, but does trigger on us. I think that sounds pretty good. Waiting to see what they want to do. Now they can kill the Diamond Mare with the Insidious Fungus if they want to. Got a Unicorn. We have to block it if they attack with it. They commune with nature. Tapping the Convert for mana costs them life, which may be relevant for us. We'll see. They go find themselves a creature, presumably. It is Phyresis Roach, which has Toxic. Huh. We're going to go ahead and push Finn just to use our mana well This makes all of our creatures have to block the unicorn, which is good for them. Let's see how we want to do this. I think Falconwrath Noble is pretty good, but it will kill our Noble. So we'll play the Shepherd. Gain a life, drain them for 1. And I think we'll just Evolving Wilds and get ourselves another forest. And we're not going to attack. Because if they attack with the unicorn, we can only block the unicorn, but we can definitely kill the unicorn at this point. They may spend their turn just bringing Finn back, and that's alright with me. We're running 2 of the Witherbloom cards, the Pledge Mage and the Apprentice, which aren't terrific in our deck, because we're not running that many instants and sorceries, but they're fine, you know, and it's along the theme of Dina. Our opponent is thinking about what they want to do. We've got another toxic creature. I'm interested to see that we have so many toxic creatures and not actual death touchers. Gives their insects perpetually more toxic. Interesting. Coordinated clobbering. All right, kills our 2/3. That's fine. They attack. We have to block the unicorn. We will kill the unicorn in the process. And so we'll take 2 poison from the convert. But we don't lose our creatures. That's okay with me. We've got a Vindictive Vampire, which is a Blood Artist. And I think that that's probably the best place for us to go with it. We could do this Flyer instead, but I think I would rather do the Vampire. And we'll go ahead and pass the turn on that. Do we want to? Yeah, I think we will pass, because they'll just block with the Insidious Fungus if we attack. I'm okay trading the Diamond Mare for the Branch Blight Stalker. Looks like they want to kill the Diamond Mare anyway. Yep. That's fine with me. We're actually going to sacrifice it, since we're losing it anyway. And we'll make Dina have power 2 this turn, which is maybe more dangerous for them. We will not block the Branch Blight Stalker if they attack with it, but we will block the Convert and kill it. We're up to 4 poison, which isn't ideal, but as long as we keep pumping out creatures that can do things, I think we'll be alright. I think the Pledge Mage is coming out next. Ravenous Chupacabra is pretty good too, but I think I want to save it for Finn. No attacks. Because essentially, poison is like 2 life each. So if you think of it that way, we're at 12 out of a 20 life game. Yeah, pretty scary. But we will just block with our Pledge Mage. And our Vindictive Vampire. They must have a spell in hand. Let's see what they do with it. Maze's Mantle. Sure. So we just trade. That's alright. We get our triggers. They can't play anything, so we're just going to get out our Moldavine Reclamation. Might as well. And we'll swing in. They might have haste with something, but they're on 5 lands. Their commander currently costs 4. This equips for 1. Contagious Vorak is a good card. Look at the top 4, and if they find a land, they can put it in their hand. Otherwise, they can proliferate, which can give us a little bit more poison. But we can also Ravenous Chupacabra that next turn. Do they find a land, or do they want to proliferate us? Alright, we get proliferated. We're at 5 poison. We're halfway there. But in terms of their life total, they are also halfway there. And we're just going to Chupacabra their Vorak. Yeah. Chupa, Chupa, Chupa. Dead, we get some triggers. Or we don't actually, we just get to swing in. They've got Finn back. Finn does have Death Touch. And Finn now has a power of still 1, so not that scared of him. We're going to play the Noble. We're going to Deadly Dispute our Chupacabra to get some triggers. Several of which will help go off of Dina, like that. Drain, 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 draw a card. Draw 2 cards. We can play this Cleric, and I think we ought to. Even though we could tear asunder the prosthetic, I'm fine with not. Because if they attack with Finn, their shields are down. And that's it. Good game, Ulaway. Alright. Well, let's see what our little prize is going to be. We get the Fire Crystal. That's cool. Huh. How often do we want to run the Fire Crystal? But seems like a fun card from the Final Fantasy set. Alright. Oh, going right into game 2 versus Drast the Mass. The Sliver avatar. Seems untrustworthy. Alright, we've got our 2 colors. It's not ideal, but we can do it. And they are playing a Vanilla 7-2 as their commander. I want to see what's going on with this. I assume power matters in mono black somehow? We'll see how this goes. We can Fatal Push it somehow if we can trigger Revolt. Ravine Raider, yeah, okay. We'll play our Baron more and pass. I think we might start with the Sanctum of Stonefangs. If we don't want to start with Dina, we'll see. Calaxion. Galadex scars full of craters, which are home to terrifying predators of immense size and savagery. Yet, even among such company, Calaxion and her insatiable hunger eclipses them all. Big Croc. Bonecash Overseer. Tap to pay a life to draw a card if 3 or more cards left their graveyard, or if they sacrificed a food. So if they foraged, rather. Alright. Thinking it through. Alright, we've got our forest, and we're going to go ahead and play the Sanctum. We do some pumping. Hull Carver, pretty good. So a lot of little friends is what we're doing here. Down to 21, but we will go back up. 22. Play our campus. Yeah, unfortunately, we've got tap lands galore here, so we're just going to play out our commander. We can block the Bonecash Overseer at the very least. Calaxion is here. I'm assuming some kind of bone shards thing. Oh, Grim Bubble. That's pretty fun. Doesn't kill our commander, but it means we can't block. So we won't. Go to 19, then go back up to 20. Another tap land. Seems fine. Play the Jungle Hollow. As much as I'd love to play the Pristine Talisman, we're going to play this Bastion of Remembrance because we want a Blood Artist effect, and we want a blocker for Calaxion. At this point, I kind of think Revenge of Ravens would be a good plan. Grim Bauble can be cracked to Surveil 2. We might Chupacabra to get Calaxion off the board. Drag Recycler lets them drain us when they sacrifice things. Sure. Hull Carver comes in. I am fine with just taking the damage from Hull Carver. Not so much Calaxion. We do get to get that life right back and drain them for 2. Go to our turn, drain them again. Let's Chupacabra and kill their commander. And we will pass. Like to get out Revenge of Ravens or this Pristine Talisman, but we can wait. They can replay their commander, but that tempo is very nice for us. Fellstinger would be good too. If we get another land, we can Pristine Talisman and Revenge of Ravens, which would be pretty sweet. Ooh, cracking the Bauble. Wish we could push Calaxion that way. Pumping up their menace creature. We don't mind not blocking it. I think black only has a couple of ways to deal with enchantments, so we'll see. Ooh, Corrupted Conviction, alright. So for Revenge of Ravens may be really nice for us. We're not going to block their Ravine Raider or their Hull Carver. But they're not going to attack. Drag Recycler to drain us? I don't think so at this point. Witherbloom Pledge Mage. We're just going to play our Revenge of Ravens. Once they let us. And we'll pass the turn. See what they are holding up. Nothing much, it seems like. Alright, opponent, what do you got for me? Okay, Keys of the Gorgon's Kiss for no initial value. That would have totally gotten me. I would have definitely blocked something. Maybe the Dreg Recycler with our commander. This triggers when 3 or more creature cards are put into graveyards from anywhere this turn, and they get a 4/4 Death Touch lifelink. Toxin Analysis. Okay, Death Touch and lifelink. Seems good. They get a Clue. The Clue is another great way for us to get Calaxion into Fatal Push range. We are not going to block the Ravine Raider because we will lose our commander. But we can block the Hull Carver. We'd rather just Revenge of Ravens first. I don't know that we need to block either of these. I mean, they gain a little life from the Ravine Raider, but that's only for this turn. Yeah, we'll just pass. They go to 12, we get a 23. Next turn, Sanctum will trigger. They'll go to 11, we'll go to 24. We've got enough land to do some better things now. Starting with this Pristine Talisman. We're going to play the Fellstinger. tapping the Pristine Talisman to gain life, which also drains them. Fell Stinger, we will exploit the Chupacabra. Get a few triggers. We will lose the 2 life and draw the 2 cards. But because it died, Bastion of Remembrance also triggers, so we'll gain a life and they'll lose 2, thanks to Dina. And since something left the battlefield, we can push Calaxion. And we're done with this turn. Next turn we get out the Blight Priest and the Pledge Mage. Probably both. We've got our Fell Stinger to block their commander if ever they attack with it. But of course every attack is going to drain them for 2. Ooh, depressurized, seems good. Could have killed our commander with that, but I don't mind. Cracking the Clue, seems good. Calaxion currently costs 7 to play, to be a 7/2 vanilla. Alright. Opponent is at 5. If they attack with all 3, they lose. Because we'll have 3 Revenge of Ravens triggers. All of them will drain them for 3, putting them at 2. We'll also gain 3 life, 3 instances of life, which will trigger Dina 3 times. Okay, they pass right through. Seems good. Alright, we've got a free trigger for Dina on Sanctum of Stonefangs, putting them at 3. We'll put them at 2 with our Pristine Talisman in just a moment. Let's start with the Blight Priest. I would like it to be on the battlefield when our talisman comes in. Our talisman triggers, rather. Or is activated. There we go. We have our opponent at 1. And we're done. We'll take Dina and sacrifice the Sylvan Shepherd. Trigger Bastion of Remembrance. Good game, opponent. Oh, they gave us a good game too. That's nice. Thanks, Drastomass. It was a good game. Alright. Well, that was game 2. Probably have a nice little prize waiting for us here. Let's see what it is. Alright, Quint's Insight. Oh, nice. That is Shadow of the Goblin, something like that, from the Spider-Man set. Alright, going into game 3. Game 3 is against Duff Extra Cold, but it's the Ralzeric art. Okay, this is a little hinky. Black Waltz number 3, what is this? A 2/2 Flying Death Touch Wizard for 4. When you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. That seems dangerous. With this hand, I kind of like it. We're going to try it. This may not be the right choice, but we're going to start with our Woodland Chasm and hope for the best, I guess. They've got a tapped opener as well, looks like. Oh, we can cultivate. So the question is, do we get to... I guess we play out our commander on turn 2, then cultivate, then Bantu's Monument. That seems good. They may kill her, but if they do, they do. The Lightning Bolt? Lightning Bolt. Alright. At least it's out of their hand. Erebor Flamesmith? Yeah, I know what we're doing here. Let's get a couple of swamps. Instant sorceries, it's a gutter snipe type card. We are going to Bantu's Monument, the Bontiment, and play out the Blight Priest. Trigger 24 all. Let them use their removal on the Blight Priest. Dubious Delicacy, that'll do it. Maybe we just IGI this turn? Okay, more of this. We could Sir Conrad, in all honesty. In fact, I kind of think we ought to. Maybe. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's Sir Conrad and leave up return to action. Seems good. Do they have 1 mana with which to kill Sir Conrad again? Doesn't look like. They do get to Surveil. Sir Conrad comes back. They can attack for 3 if they want to. They do. We've got 6 mana. Dina only cost us 3. But I think I'm going to IGI and leave up Terra Sunder just in case. Channel Dragonfire just to do more direct damage to us. Oh, this is for... Okay, yeah. Seems good. So let's... Darkmoss Bridge, IGI, Spectrum Sentinel. Because who knows if that'll help. And we'll attack with Sir Conrad. At the end of our turns, we've always been the same life total as them. That's funny. Weaver of Lightning does damage to a creature, so they can kill our Spectrum Sentinel, and that's okay with me. They're throwing it at the Spectrum Sentinel. They're not combining that with some kind of other targeted damage-based removal for Sir Conrad. And if our creatures die and Sir Conrad's in play, well, we get to drain them for that as well. Alright, we're Lightning Striking Sir Conrad. Sir Conrad is 1 point away from death. Oh, he's 2 points away from death. Alright, 1 point, sorry. Still 1. We've got a Play with Fire trigger. It's going to kill the Spectrum Sentinel first, which will trigger Sir Conrad. So we get to drain them a little bit. And then we're at 13 and they're at 16. But, IGI. Strangled Cemetery. We're going to go ahead and play Dina. And leave up Terra Sunder. We've got the mana for it, yep. Might have been better to just kill the Weaver of Lightning ahead of time, but... Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. This does damage to us, this does damage to our creatures. I say we get rid of it. Unless... Yeah, let's just do this. Nowhere to run. Hits us. They've got Channel Dragonfire, 2 damage for 7 mana, but harmonizable. We can get Dina back, it's fine. Both of the players are just getting their life totals whittled down and down and down. Play Dina. We go to 15, they go to 12. We'll hold up our forest and pass because we're not desperate for mana right now. Black Waltz number 3 does 2 damage to each opponent. It's pretty good for them. Especially since we are only drawing lands now. But we can Ill-Gotten Inheritance if we want to. Bring them down to 5. Cut down. Just quite rude. So what does this do for us? They're going to do 3 damage to us and then 4 more. That puts us at 9. Go back up to 10. Yeah, okay, that's fine. They may have another spell they want to use, but it's going to be close either way. Go back to 10. They go to 9. Falconwrath Noble. Pretty good. Let's play Dina. See if they have a way to remove Dina before Falconwrath Noble resolves. Okay, we're doing all right. And we have a flying blocker for their Black Waltz number 3. Cast it down, seems fine. Another bit of drain. Just a little bit. And they are in IGI range, so we can Ill-Gotten Inheritance them, except they're gaining 3 life. Okay, seems good. Seems good. This is very close. Do they do 8 damage to us right now? I think they do. No, they can't do 8 to us, because they would have to harmonize their Channel Dragonfire. I don't know what their other card is, but they're pretty close. We're pretty close too, though. That's 2, and 2, and 1. Puts us at 3. All comes down to this. They're at 5. I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and Riveteer's Overlook ahead of time just to gain an extra life. Strains it for 1. IGI them to the face. Good game. Good game, Duff Extra Cold. That was good. We got there. That is our 3rd win. It's only 3 games, so we're going to play a little bit more just to see if this deck can continue to win. Our little prize is, Dragonhawk, the sort of sketchbook version, the sort of Audubon version. Very cool from Bloomborough. All right, let's play a little bit more. See what we can do against Riverwalker. Riverwalker is going to play Rufus Shinra. Who is this? 3 mana, 2/4. When it attacks, if you don't control a legendary 2/2 dog, you get one. Okay, that seems neat. I don't love this hand, but we can play it. Decode Transmissions maybe helps us. Witherboom Apprentice, okay. We'll give it a try. I don't like having, no green source on a land, but we can Arcane Signet. Oh, there's a Strangled Cemetery. It's at least something we can play this next turn. And if we get an untapped land, we can Dina and Witherboom Apprentice. That would be nice. Revenge of Ravens is probably going to be good against our opponent. Golden Sidekick, that's annoying. We've got Mortality Spear, however, which is pretty good. Let's play this Apprentice. Golden Sidekick is whenever they gain life, a random card in their hand perpetually gets a power and toughness bonus equal to the life they gained. They're going to put a counter on that so they can gain more life. Thinking about swinging, maybe. Yep, something in their hand will get bigger, stronger. Do we want to get Dina out? Yeah, I think we get Dina out. We're just moving a little slow here, but we can make it work. If they attack with the Iron Paw, we can block with the Apprentice. We're hoping for more land. We do have a sufficient amount of ramp in this deck, but being that our commander is low mana, we're doing a lot of that early in the game, you know, playing out our commander rather than doing the ramping. So yeah, this is a really big thing thanks to that crazy bat. All right, we do have our ramp, or our land at least. Huh. I think we build toward our future. I think we just Revenge of Ravens and go for it that way. Because this next turn, maybe we take 6 in the air, putting us at 15. But we can always Chupacabra and Mortality Spear if we have the mana for it shortly. Rufus comes out. When it attacks, it makes a dog. It drains us for 1 with this Wisp Drinker Vampire. But if they attack, they're going to lose life and we'll gain life, which will be okay for us. Getting them back down to where they ought to be. Okay, we've got our land. We can play this Chupacabra. Get rid of their golden sidekick. So they can't keep gaining life very easily. I would love to be able to cast that with Void rather, but if they attack us, we can Mortality Spear for 2. Because Revenge of Ravens will of course trigger. Starseer Mentor is very large. We don't need it to be that large. Okay. Get some triggers. Mortality Spear on this thing, because it is large. Just get rid of that. And we'll block here so that we just don't take the damage from their commander. We've got a Dream Thief. We've got a Blood Researcher. We've got 6 mana. Let's do this. Blood Researcher. Let's go ahead and decode transmissions. Draw 2, lose 2, but they lose a little more. We've got Death Sprout for next turn. We can get rid of that big flyer. This doesn't do anything except make a dog every time they attack. So I guess the idea is that they can sacrifice it? I don't love getting drained by this Wisp Drinker Vampire. I think that is what we're going to kill. Moonrise Cleric is whenever it attacks, they gain life. Parting Gust, they're going to flicker, or slow flicker that in order to get it back and put a counter on something. It's pretty good. This does put us at 8. Okay. Puts us at 9, I suppose. We'll block their dog with our 5/5. We get their Iron Paw Aspirant back. We're going to lose a life from this, thanks to the Wisp Drinker. But they're going to put the counter on the Moonrise Cleric, I'm assuming? Nope, on their commander. Okay, interesting. Ooh, Binding the Old Gods is even better than Death Sprout. Well, I like being able to ramp a little bit. So let's Wisp Drinker, get rid of the Wisp Drinker. Drain them a little more, gain a little life. And find ourselves a forest. Seems good. And then we'll play this Fairy Dream Thief. It's just a blocker. Surveil into Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. I don't think we need that right now. I feel like we just hold off. We're doing fine. We can always use our last mana to pump up our commander if we need to. Sanctifier? Okay, that's going to be annoying. Yeah. Flyers and such. Reassembling Skeletons seems good. Gaining life. We're not going to block that Moonrise Cleric. I would like to Binding the Old Gods it. But I also want Moldervine Reclamation out because it gains us life you know, cares about us drawing cards. Or it helps us draw cards, rather. This leaves us in a better situation than than before they attacked, I think. No blocks. Maybe we have a little less life, it's true. Bloodthirsty Aerialist is pretty nice too. So we've got 6, 7 mana. Here's our Bloodthirsty Aerialist. And let's bind the Old Gods. Let's get rid of this flyer. And we'll just pass. Our Aerialist is going to get bigger the same way the Blood Researcher does. I don't think they're going to attack, but maybe. They do. They do with 2. They do with 3. We get several triggers. Our things get bigger 3 times. Thank you. I think it was nice as well. Block here, gonna block here, and gonna block here. Don't need to take any damage at all. Let their things die. Their commander goes back to the command zone, so they can replay it if they want to. Alright. They do. Seems good. They get a life. We get Moldavine Reclamation. Oh, we can go ahead and get ourselves a dual land. We'll get the Wooded Chasm. Moldavine Wreck. Play ourselves a forest. And we don't really need to do anything else here. Let's just attack in the air with our flyers. And we're done. Game started out very different than this, but we've gotten pretty good. Ooh, Shroud Stomper. Shroud Stomper is a 7/7. When it enters or attacks, we lose 2, they gain 2, and draw a card. Pretty good for them. But all of our creatures are going to have Death Touch this turn. They attack with the dog. We get a bunch of triggers. I'm going to let our Chupacabra die so we can gain a life and draw a card off of Moldavine Reclamation, which of course triggers some other things. I think maybe Dina is going to sacrifice the Witherbloom Apprentice so we can just win in the air. Gain the life, etc., etc. That seems good. We get Death Touch, but we don't need it. We are going to just sacrifice this Blood Researcher to make our Aerialist and our Dream Thief sufficiently sized. Not that we needed to do both of them, but we were able to. Dina's a 14/3, that's a nice way to go out. Good game, Riverwalker. Alright, let's play one more. Just one. Win or lose, we'll see how this goes. Alright, this is Game 5 versus Cactus Juice. It's the quenchiest. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about the Avatar set coming out. I am really not a Universes Beyond guy, but I do love Avatar. It's not making me rethink my stance on Universes Beyond, but it's exciting to see something that I enjoy coming to Magic. It's a rat colony deck with Angrith, Captain of Chaos. We're going to lose this game. Alright, here's Dina. Yeah, this game is just it's just for funsies. So we will get as far as we can get with it, but not very far. At least we have Spark Harvest where we can kill Angrith. So the way this works is Rat Colony is a 2/1 normally. Gets +1/+0 for each rat that they control, and they can have any number of deck cards named Rat Colony in their deck. So they're going to have a lot. They'll attack with Rat Colony now because they don't care about losing their Rat Colony to our commander. Yep. And Angrith, of course, makes he amasses zombies too, but gives all their creatures menace, so we can't even block. So we're going to start off with yeah, we're going to just get ourselves a Pristine Talisman and pass the turn. Barren Moor is nice. It's a good way for us to be able to cycle for just 1 mana. but too bad it's coming in tapped right now. Yep, there's the rat colonies. So many rats. We're going to lose 10 life. We'll gain 1 back. Whew, this isn't good. Wish we could Revenge of Ravens and just call it a day, but we need to do more than that. Venerate Stormsinger can block one of them. We're going to take 15. If they attack, I think we're just done anyway. Let's just Revenge of Ravens. It's a card I enjoy, so we'll play it. And we'll play this Baron more for mana as though we can survive this. We've got Angrith. That is good game. Because we're taking 20. And we are at 18. Love it. Good game, Cactus Juice. At least we bring them down to lower than us before we died. That's nice. Yeah, good times. All right. Sometimes for Midweek Magic, you just play a meme deck. That's okay too. Alrighty. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. As I said, the deck list for this Artisan Brawl deck is in the video's description. Just click on that Moxfield link. I think it's a lot of fun, and I encourage you to give it a try over the next couple of days while Midweek Magic Artisan Brawl is going on. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and remember, magic is fun. You should play more Magic.